Hey sis, welcome to the Sisterhood, Soul, and Strategy podcast, a space for women building businesses that feel as good as they look. I'm Steph, a small town girl from Wisconsin with big dreams to positively impact the world. This podcast is from the heart, where we share real conversations about building intentional businesses that thrive in every season. And the best part, we talk both soul and strategy, and we wrap it all up in sisterhood. Because let's be real, business is more fun in community. So no matter your age or stage of small business ownership, you stumbled upon this podcast for a reason. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Welcome back to the podcast. I am so excited today to be joined by my friend, my sales mentor, and fellow Midwesterner originally. Welcome to the podcast, Jillian Murphy.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. Do you never meet those people and you're just like, I would be friends with them in real life. We would just be legit besties. That's how I felt. You're actually my fourth podcast today, and all four I was just kind of eh. And then I got on yours and I was just let's freaking go. I just love you. I love your energy and I just love everything that you're doing. So I'm excited to be here.
That is the biggest compliment, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I'm so excited. I agree. There are just some people where you almost hype each other up with the energy, right? You start talking and you just start to create this really cool synergy. So I like to start the podcast, especially these guest interviews, really getting to know who you are on a deeper level. I think if anyone follows you online, we see your posts. You are a, 7-figure business owner. You've built your business from nothing in the last couple of years. You help other people build their business to 6, 7, 8 figures. But obviously, you didn't start where you are now. So take us to that turning point moment where you really had to make a decision to go down a path that led you to where you are today.
Yeah, so I remember it very well. It was actually a Tuesday afternoon. I had walked into my corporate office that I had been in for 20 plus years, had a great job, cushy job. I always joke, if I could have tattooed my company's name on my forehead, I would have. I was a ride or die. And our company had just gotten bought by investors and we were doing some layoffs. And part of my job was to unfortunately lay off some of our sales force. So it was a Tuesday. I walked into the office. They said, hey, can you come into HR? I'm like, sure, no problem. Grab my stuff. And I walked in and they were like, today's your day. And I was like, today's my day for what? And they were like, it's we have to make decisions within the company and you are done. And in that moment, I lost my identity. I lost my income. I lost my car. I lost my laptop. And I remember sitting on the steps of my corporate career, calling my younger sister, because in the Midwest, we don't have Ubers everywhere, right? Calling my younger sister and being like, I just lost my job and they took my car. So I don't even have a way to get home. And it was such a rock bottom moment. But I will say I didn't stay there. I was there for the day. And I was there for the day. I lost my corporate job on a Tuesday. I hired my first mentor and business coach on a Thursday. That's how quickly I got out of it, because I also knew that I was never, ever going to allow my income in the hands of somebody else again, regardless of what that looked like. So I moved to the online space, and I'm sure we can get into that story later.
Oh, so good. And it's so interesting because I do think that there's a lot of potential in a sales role for a company to move your way up the ladder, make a lot of money. But at the end of the day, they still own your success.
Yeah.
So why not sell for yourself, right? I'm sure that was the realization that you had is well, I sold for all of these companies. Why can't I do this for myself? So thank you for sharing that story. And I love the same kind of emphasis on always moving forward. Yes, I can sit in this feeling for a day, maybe 2 days, whatever you need, but then what's the next action step that I need to take? So let's talk about that, because oftentimes people launch their business. Maybe it is because they lost their job or they're a mom and they want to have something on the side. Whatever that is, I think oftentimes we get into entrepreneurship and we think, okay, now people are just going to come to me. And that is not the case. More often than not, it is not the case. And that is why I firmly believe that sales is the number one skill that you need to have in order to be a successful business. So can you take us through, what have you seen since you started mentoring other people, or what is almost the mindset switch that you need to have to say, you know what? I actually have to sell myself. I have to sell my business if I want to make this profitable, if I want to keep doing this thing.
Yeah, such a great question. So I think first and foremost, everyone, if you listen to this podcast, you need to leave your ego at the door. Like you got to check it, right? Like I was a boss in corporate. I came to the online space. No one knew who I was, right? Like I had to check that ego really quick. So, maybe you are a corporate girly. Maybe you have built a really great business. Maybe you've built a brick and mortar. Maybe you had one successful launch. Like every day is literally starting from scratch. So I think for all of us, it's important to leave our egos at the door and really check them and make sure that we're surrounded by people that also allow us to do that as well, that keep us in check, whether that's mentors, friendships, masterminds, programs, whatever that is. So I think that is first and foremost so, so, so important when it comes to it. I think the other thing is if you are looking to come to the online space and make six figures tomorrow, multiple six figures tomorrow, seven figures tomorrow, you also need to understand like it does not happen that quick. And I don't care what anybody tells you, like there is so much about other people's businesses that you guys have no idea on. You have no idea like what their business looks like, how much money they invested in it, like any of those things. We'll use me for an example. You might look at me right now and say, oh, well, you were very successful online or you came into the online space. I spent $500,000 in mentorship.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, I should be there quicker than most. I should have got quicker results because I also put so much in. You can't look at like what someone else is doing because you don't know what that looks like, what opportunities they've had, what their former skill set was. So I think that is a really big thing. And then also just shutting off all the noise and understanding like you're here for the long game, right? If you were to walk into corporate, when I started my corporate job, I made $38,000. Okay. If I would have went into them the next year and been like, hey, I want to make six figures, they would have been like pound sand. Now, yes, we have the ability to do that in the online space, but it's not like we just go online and we just like magically get these businesses that are like given to us. Like it is hard work. I don't care what anybody says. It's hard work. It's long hours. It's a lot of mistakes. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of those things. So I love just having like real and raw, honest conversations because I think so many people paint the pretty picture and it's not the pretty picture that everybody wants to paint all the time.
100%. And I have, as you know, been in it for the long game as well. And I can't
Yes.
tell you how many people expect immediate results,
Hmm.
but they're not willing to actually invest their money in the areas that it could help them, like
Yes.
joining a community, like hiring a sales mentor, like, joining a workshop or an event where they could learn new skills and gain those connections that they need. And that has been the catalyst for me too, is like getting in the right rooms, hiring. Like I hired you as my sales mentor for the year because I know this is an area that I want to grow in. So I find that person that can help me, that I resonate with, that is also going to push me and challenge me and hold me accountable. And I don't think we understand how important that is, especially when we're new into entrepreneurship, because when you're coming from a job or a corporate whatever career, you have a boss. You have
Yes.
someone pushing you and motivating you. And when you take that away in entrepreneurship, that can make it or break it. Like that can be what, allows you to actually grow and be successful in your business. So, um,
And I love that. And the thing I want to say on this too is I think if right now, if you're listening to this podcast and you are investing, you also have to make sure you're asking the right questions because this is something that I see all the time is people asking me, how quick am I going to get results? How quickly can I make my money back? This is the thing. My mentors, and I say this and I will die on this hill, my mentors are not responsible for my success. They are a vehicle to get me there. I was not like blowing up Melissa's phone last week as I was like selling the society, like, hey, I got to get somebody in. Like, what do you think? You're not blowing up my phone right now every day being like, hey, I got to sell my event, right? Like, and I think so many people hire a mentor to be like their life raft, but I think you should hire a mentor to be like your rocket ship. Which
mhm,
means like how can they help you grow you and expand you and you might not see the ROI back right away
mhm,
but you're going to see it over time. So I think you just ask better questions and also get clear of like, you got to put in the work. Like, no one is going to do it for you. The first question someone asks me is, how quickly can I make my investment back? I'm like, we are not the right fit because that's also not the energy that I want to
yeah.
operate in. every
Yep.
day. Like I feel responsible like for like their success, and I can give them the roadmap, but I also don't know when people are going to buy on their end.
Mhm. 100%. And let's talk to that, like putting in the work. One of the moments on one of your calls that really stood out to me is like, can I, at the end of the week, say that I actually kept my side of the street clean? Meaning, I had the conversations, I did the DMs, I met with people in person, I did everything I could that week to move the needle forward. And the whole like conversations equals conversions. I can't
Yes.
tell you how many people are not willing to have simple conversations with people, but yet they complain about how they don't have any sales.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's almost like mind boggling to me. I'm like, well, how many conversations did you have this week? Well,
Yeah.
I don't know, none. I'm like, okay, posting on social media is not sales, that's
No.
marketing.
It is
Two
absolutely
different
market,
things.
and I love that you say this. I'm going to use my own example, right? In 10 days, we had 53 people inside the society. But when
Yeah.
I look back, I had probably 70 to 100 conversations. This week, I had one person join the society. The offer didn't change, the price didn't change. But when I look at the last 7 days, I was in the hospital. I onboarded a couple new one-on-one clients. I took a day off. Like I didn't have conversations. So I can't say like the offer doesn't work or nobody's buying. I have to like check my shit and be like, okay, well, the previous week we had 100 conversations and 50 people joined, 50% conversion rate. This week you probably had 3 conversations and 1 joined. So if you guys are open and honest to get really clear of what that looks like, and yes, it's going to ebb and flow. Things happen, life happens, motherhood happens, health happens, all of those things. But you got to be able to really check yourself at the end of the week and the month and be like, did I put this? I'm a huge fitness girl. I've been a fitness girly my whole life. It's the same thing. I can't weigh myself on a Sunday and be like, well, shit, the scale's up, and be like, well, I ate out 3 times this week. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't get my movement in. But if I say, hey, I did this, all my stuff is done, the results are maybe just delayed. Maybe it'll go down next week.
Hmm. Yeah, totally. And I've been having this conversation a lot lately about even the difference between consistency and momentum, because
Yes.
consistency is kind of that all or nothing of like, well, I only show up when I feel 100%, or, life is just going to happen. Like you're just going to have days where you don't get to do the things that you wanted to do. But when you're focused on momentum and having those like metrics of momentum every single week for your business with your sales and marketing, I mean, call it the bare minimum if you want to, but like if you do the bare minimum every single week, you will see the needle move forward versus going all out one week and then nothing the next. Like that doesn't serve you.
Yeah. And
So
you
just
have, you have, you have
figuring out.
compound effects. You have domino effects.
Yes, 100%. I love that. Well,
I also just want to give
let's
you props because you've been crushing it at the gym these days. I've been seeing you, seeing those pull ups. You're absolutely crushing it. So good job, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I am definitely putting that effort into my own wellness, which is affecting how I show up in every area of my life, right? Like that's part of the reason why we work out. And even on social. So in your program Infinity, you give us like a monthly challenge, and I am always up for it. Like February, it was like, how many podcasts can you get booked on? And while I didn't win it, I think I came pretty dang close
You were
because I
second.
was
Yeah,
on a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
And then even March was like social media. And I have really tried to show up every single day, even if it's not in the same capacity, right? This is the momentum. I've forced myself to show up in some way. And my metrics, like the metrics you had us look at the beginning of the month compared to now, continue to increase every single day. So that is super cool to see the momentum and the compound. And again, that's why we hire people to help us hold us accountable to our goals. If we say we want X, then we have to do Y and Z, right? To be able to get that result.
Yeah.
Let's
And,
talk a
and,
little.
and and just giving you another prop too. Like I will say, like you guys, people join programs all the time and they like never show up. They watch the calls on replay. You are one of the most consistent people that I have had inside of Infinity. Not only even just like showing up, but like camera on, serving other people, being in the chat. So again, checking yourself. Stephanie can say at the end of this time, she showed up for this program. She did the work. She was active. She engaged in other people. So I think that's another really great question to ask yourself when you're investing.
100%. And I was probably a little bit of a hard sell because I've invested in other programs and I didn't get the result. And it wasn't on me. It was like I showed up for everything and I still didn't get the result. And that's where we can lose a little bit of that trust in what we're investing in. And I know we've talked a lot about that too. So I was very much like, I want to make sure this is something I can show up to, commit to, put in the effort. So at the end of the day or the end of the year, I can really say I gave it my all. I don't want to sign up for a program that I can't make any of the live calls, or I'm just like not going to be that invested in the relationships or the connections or anything like that. So I think that knowing again, like how you're showing up for your mentors, for your communities you're a part of is majority of the equation of your ROI at the end of the day. Hey, it's just me here interrupting the podcast to tell you about my favorite cup of tea and why this is such a ritual for me daily. I love the rosarium from Inner Garden Botanicals, pouring it from my little tea brewer here. And for me, this just brings presence, peace, and calm to my day. It's a really simple yet essential piece of my evening routine. And I've even started drinking it more throughout the day, which, if you know me, I've always been a caffeine addict. And so this forces me to reduce my caffeine intake, slow down, enjoy and savor this beautiful cup of tea. I love the loose leaf blends from Inner Garden Botanicals, and I absolutely love everything that this company stands for, which is all about rituals, presence, peace, which is what I'm all about, and how we can support ourselves in the seasonalities of life. If you want to try out Inner Garden Botanicals, you can get 20% off your first order when you use my code SOULSISTER20 today. Cheers to bringing in some incredible rituals into our day today that support us and ground us in the present moment, like Inner Garden Botanicals. Oh, hey sis, I am just putting on my favorite lip gloss, Small Town Beauty by Asia. This is my favorite color. It's called 23. It's hot pink and I am obsessed. She has so many different fun colors. She has a lip treatments that can nourish your lips. But personally, I'm a lip gloss bestie and I absolutely love the human behind this brand, Asia. Her mission and vision is to make sure that just because we live in a small town doesn't mean we can't have incredible products like this lip gloss. So if you are a small town girly who loves a good lip gloss, you need to check out Small Town Beauty by Asia, and you can use my code to save $5 at checkout. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about these conversations, right? I think it's like maybe people hear it and they're like, okay, yeah, I need to be in my DMs. I need to have conversations. I don't know what to say or to even start having conversations if I haven't been. What would be the top couple things that they could do to start getting their DMs to be more active?
Yeah. So I love this question because I want you to think like your DMs are like you talking to someone if you were like at Target, right? Like you are literally in front of them at line. And so often I watch people's stories. I mean, I consume content all day long. I watch people's stories and it's like, there's no reason why I would talk back to you. Like you're not telling me anything, right? So the very first thing you guys can do, a little like check, is you can ask yourself, if I watched this story for the next 24 hours, would I respond? Would I engage? So in the last 24 hours, just got to give you an idea of like my own, right? So in the last 24 hours, I've shared my outfit twice, which I'll tell you how this works for me, but I've shared my outfit twice. I did something about, I shared it out at someone else's reel. So I did like a soft sell. And then I asked a question about brain fog. Why? Because it got people talking to me. It got people helping me, right? And then from there, the conversation kind of builds. So every day I do a couple things. Number one is I show my outfit of the day. You guys can do whatever you want. It can be your
I've been doing this more and
And
it works.
it
People
works
literally
so
comment.
good. You guys, and this is the thing. And I'm going to even give you like one little potent thing of how you can switch it so easily. But like people now build trust. They're like, oh, I know every day I'm going to go to Jillian Murphy's page or Stephanie's page and I'm going to see her outfit of the day. And you guys also, it also gets me to show up every day and like put real clothes on, like for the other thing, right? Because there's a lot of days that I'm like, fuck, I'm just going to be on this podcast all day. I consider my jammies, but like it gives me a reason to show up. But what that does is, number one, it builds trust with your audience. Even though you don't realize it, you're building trust. My audience knows every day I'm going to show up and be there. So that's foremost. Secondly, I ask people questions. Hey, are you a nude shoe girly or a boot girly? What are your favorite jeans? Are you a Jersey girl? Like whatever it is that you ask, like start asking them questions. Then this is where I do a transition real quick. Okay. So today I had this cute shirt on. My DMs have been like going crazy today about this shirt. So I will instantly say, of course, let me send you the link to the shirt. What are you working on this week? What are you getting excited about? What do you need a dress up outfit for? Oh, maybe I'm speaking at an event. Maybe I'm on a podcast. Maybe I have date night. So now I've taken something so simple as like, send me the link to this. And now I'm bringing it into another conversation. So again, that's one of the easiest things that I do. Also, I want my audience to get to know who I am as a human, because people can find what you do everywhere. Okay. You can literally chat GPT a sales coach and you could literally find someone, but the difference is like the energy of me. So I want my audience to know, who am I? What makes me me? Is it fitness? Is it fashion? Is it food? Is it I'm a GLP-1 girly? Is it I'm an empty nester? Am I moving across the country? Like, what are those things? Because at the end of the day, people buy from people. So again, it's like, quit sharing just like graphics out. Or my biggest thing, if we can take anything away, quit sharing out all other people's stuff all day long. That's like one of my biggest complaints. Like I'll go to someone's Instagram stories and it's like 10 reels of somebody else. You're using prime marketing space to drive people off of your page. You need to keep them there.
Yeah. Okay. So good. The outfit of the day works.
It
Have
works.
also like adding another layer to that as someone who like supports small businesses, especially local. I'll like tag all the places that I've shopped for my outfits locally. And like that just creates again more traction, giving back to some of these other places that I shop at. And I think listening to you say that's like, oh yeah, this is why I show myself walking my dog every day, eating my meal prep breakfast, going to the gym, because this shows people that I am consistent. Like I do show up and I do the thing, just like your outfit every single day. So I love that. And giving people a reason to get in your DMs and comment on something. And I have been practicing that too. Whereas like if someone says, oh, super cute outfit, it's like, thanks. Instead of just saying, thanks so much.
Yeah.
I say, thanks. Like, how is your day going? What are you up to this week? Just flipping the conversation back to them instead of just, taking the compliment, which is nice. But like, again, like, how do we keep the conversation going?
Yeah. And
And I
invite
think,
your audience in.
yeah,
Invite them in to have conversations with you. Like maybe you're like, hey, I have a pound of chicken breast right now. I need a recipe for tonight. Send me your favorite chicken recipe. Or hey, I'm getting ready to go to the movies tonight with my husband. Like, should we order popcorn or chocolate? Like, you guys, simple things.
yep.
Literally simple things. I ask my audience for advice on stuff all the time. All the time. I literally asked the brain fog question yesterday. My DMs were like going crazy on it. So it's like, just get your audience talking to you. And I will tell you, it's usually people who don't normally talk to you that then want to like tell you like their opinion on something.
Yes, totally. It's so true. And it really can be that simple. But again, you have to like be in the conversation with them. And I
Yes.
agree, like people can find what we are selling anywhere. Like you can find it anywhere in online, brick and mortar, like, but people will always buy from people that they like, trust, resonate with. They have something in common. They like their energy. So that is why it's so important to really let your personality shine, even if it's on your business page, like showing the
Yeah.
behind the scenes, showing them who you are as a founder. I think that's something I'm seeing more and more, even building my sister circle following on
Hmm.
that page where I don't want it to be all about me because
For
it's
sure.
about the community. But I've found more and more I need to show who is the person leading this community,
Yeah.
because that's going to be what sells people on joining it versus just showing everyone else's face all the time. Because when I go to a page, I want to know like who's the owner,
Who's
who
the
is
owner?
running this, like who's
Yeah.
the leader. That's going to be my decision maker on whether I buy into it or not.
Yeah. No,
And
it is so true. And I think more importantly than ever, people want to know who the founders are. Like, what's the founder's story? Like, why did they create this? Why are they excited about it? Like what's the thing?
yeah, totally. So things have been shifting and changing in the business world I mean, they're always shifting and changing, but I think we're seeing it at like massive like speed because of technology, because of AI and all of these things. So whether you're brick and mortar or in the online space, what are you seeing as shifts from a business perspective as well as a consumer? And how can we be proactive as a business owner?
Yeah. So I think one of the biggest things that we're seeing right now is, again, like people have kind of coined it like the trust recession. You can call it whatever it is that you want. And really what it is they don't trust themselves. Stephanie said it earlier, right? Like I joined a program last year. I didn't get what I wanted out of it. So she had more discernment about
Mhm.
making a decision. People are making decisions slower, right? Whether that's going in and like buying a piece of jewelry or like buying a car or whatever it is, like they're just taking longer. So I truly believe that right now we still need to be attracting high ticket premium buyers, but we have to give people a way. My mentor always says it like this: they still want the Maserati, but they need to go for a test drive.
Mhm.
They're going to buy the property, but they want to walk through it, right?
Yep.
Like they're going to book the vacation, but they want to sit through like some information on it. Like we just need a way for premium buyers to experience us right now at a lower ticket offer. It's literally why I created the
Yeah.
society. The society is not, and I want to like share this, like it's not low ticket, low value.
Right.
It's low ticket, high value, because I think so often people create these low ticket offers and they don't go anywhere. You still want to attract, you still want to solve a premium problem, right? So I'm still solving a premium problem in there, even though it's a lower ticket offer, which means then what they're going to pay for more is like proximity or information. So it's like, what do you have right now in your world where people can experience you? And experience you and get a win. I don't mean like just download something or like come to a master class, but like, man, I joined this. I did 3 things that Jill said about my content. I'm now having more conversations about my outfit of the day. This works. What would it be like if I went to the next step? Or with Stephanie or Camille or Christina or whoever, right? It's like, how can people experience you differently? I think is one thing that is really matter. And you guys, we're competing for attention right now. We're competing for attention more than ever. You need a longer runway. You need a longer runway for everything: your master classes, your workshops, your events, your programs, any of those types of things. I mean, we're doing a 5-week lead time for master classes right now. You guys, I used to do like 5 days. I'd like throw some shit up on my stories and like 100 people would show up. You're just competing for attention more. So you need to have longer runways for everything that you're doing.
I love this. And I think it's such a valuable conversation, especially for the people that are newer in business who have seen these kind of like quick wins or, the last couple of years it really has been, like you said, you could put something together, throw it out there and sell it out. And that is honestly not a normal business cycle. Like a normal business cycle, you have to build up to that ask, right? For someone to go all in. And the takeaway that I want a business owner to have from this is it's not a bad thing. It actually just forces you to really care about your client experience and the onboarding before they become a client. So, like, there's the onboarding when someone actually joins your program, right? But there's also all of that nurturing leading up to them saying, yes, I want to go all in on you. And it gives you a lot of information on who is your ideal client. You talk about qualifying.
Mhm.
Like maybe you are just speaking to the wrong people. You're not qualifying the right people that want to say yes. So it could be like maybe, yes, you need to make some changes to your offer, but maybe you don't. Maybe you're just speaking to the wrong people. And the right people who get to know you are going to say yes. So to even just give an example, like we have done a lot of revamping in Sister Circle to get people that experience, that win, for them to say yes, because we just moved to an annual membership commitment this year. We used to be on quarterly commitments, which was much easier for people to say, yes, I'm going to go all in for 3 months, like low commitment, right? But to say yes for a year, like what is that going to take? And so our 30 days for $30, just stepping inside the community, having full access for 30 days has been converting so incredible. So it is like, what's that quick win? How are you giving people access to what you do and how you offer it so
Mhm.
that they're willing to say yes? It's actually been blowing my mind lately. All of a sudden I'll be like, "Oh, we had another conversion, like new
Yeah.
member." It's very exciting but it took a lot.
Yeah.
of building that out, and the process of it to actually start to see it convert.
Yeah. Yeah. And it does take time. And this, we talked about this earlier on the podcast too. It's like, be okay, like checking your ego. You guys, I ran the same thing for 2 years. You could not get into my world under $5,500. Like it was just a no, right? And I could have kept my arms tied and been like, you know what? No, this is the only way I'm doing it. This is what worked. But in January, my business was down 6 figures in 1 month, and I was like, okay, clearly, what has always worked is not working. And on paper, financially, it was probably the worst time to invest because I was down. I was in the red for the first time ever in 5 years. I had a month that I was in the red. And I was like, this is actually when I need to now invest. I need to figure this out. And I checked my ego at the door. I was like, okay, now you can work with me for $55 a month. And there was like this weirdness that felt, but I know that it's like what the industry needs right now. And it
Yep.
might change again, and it probably will change again in a couple months or a couple years, whatever that looks like. But you have to be okay being able to evolve forward or backwards.
100%. And I knew that I would lose people and
Yeah.
that it would be harder to get them to commit to a year. And that is like we did lose some people in the transition, but I'm trusting the process that we're going to find the right people, right? By like changing, making these tweaks, by you adding this offer, it's actually that boomerang up to, what your primary offer is. It's a lead gen for you into that. So I think that just being willing to evolve and adapt, and also knowing that like you don't have to do something forever, right? Like you
No.
can test it out and see like how it works and how it feels for you. And if you don't like it, then you can get rid of it. Like there's no one holding you to that.
No.
Business is truly one big, huge, long, lifelong experiment. And we need to treat it like that. We need to have a little bit more fun in the process of it and not be so serious about it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, even like my podcast, we did my podcast for 4 years, almost 400 episodes. It was just called the Scale Your Sales Podcast. And you guys, over the last maybe like 6 months, I was so bored. I was like, I am sick of talking about messaging, marketing, sales, and there's so much more about me that I want to talk about on the podcast. I want to talk
Mhm.
about dating in my 40s. I want to talk about moving across the country. I want to talk about fitness, GLP-1s, like all these things. So I allowed myself to evolve. And guess what? My audience also was like, thank you, because we also want to have bigger conversations on this podcast. So knowing that like you're always going to evolve and your audience will most likely appreciate the evolution as well.
Absolutely. And it's just inviting them into it and giving
Yeah.
them permission to do the same, right? To say, hey, I thought this was going to be the only offer that I had. I thought this was going to be the podcast. And guess what? Like, I have excitement around this new thing coming. And I mean, like you said, those are the topics that people want to have conversations with you in your DM. So it would make sense that it's continued trust building for you to have these conversations in a long format like a podcast as well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I loved having you on the podcast. It was a great episode.
Oh, it was so fun. Yes. I just, yeah, love your energy. Like just going back and forth, having these conversations. And I love talking about sales and business and entrepreneurship, but I also understand that like we're humans. We don't live in this bubble of like only running our business. We have other things that we're excited about, that we're passionate about. So that kind of leads me to my next question. Who is Jillian beyond sales and business?
Yeah, I always love this question. I always love when I can just like share like who I am as like a human. I think the most important role that I have in my entire life is just being a mom. Like I love being a mom. I have a 24-year-old, which is crazy to think I'll probably be a grandma here in the next couple of years,
Yeah.
which we're actually debating like what they're going to call me. I think they're going to call me Lovey because I'm like, I don't want grandma and I don't want like Mimi or like Gigi. So I'm trying to sell my daughter and her wife on letting them call me Lovey. But I'm a mom of a 24-year-old. I'm an empty nester. I'm a 3-time cancer survivor. I'm a former fitness competitor for a decade. I'm a lifelong eating disorder recovery champion. Been married a few times, still looking for my Prince Charming. I say I'm kind of like J-Lo. Like I just love love. And I know eventually it's going to be out there for me. Maybe we'll find him in South Carolina. Who knows? But yeah, that's who I am like at the core. I'm a very strong Christian. So yeah, those are like who I am at the core.
I love that. And I learn new things about you, by
Yeah.
just sharing who you are beyond the hat of entrepreneur and sales and business mentor, which are also great roles too, but we are definitely more than our business.
Yeah.
And oftentimes I think we have to really detach the hat we wear as a business owner from who we are as a human, because when we have a good month, then we're high on life. And when we don't, then we feel like we suck. And that
Or
is
like,
just
"This is a
not
job at Target." Yeah, literally.
just not the case. So you will be speaking at Sister Circle Summit.
I'm so excited.
Yes, and I'm so excited to just like see you in person, have you on the stage, bringing your powerful fire energy. So, what can we expect from you in your sales and marketing workshop at Sister Circle Summit?
Yeah. So if you're new to my world, we are no BS around here. We are going to get to work. You're going to walk away with like tangible things. I'm not a fluffy speaker. I'm not here to just kind of like, just give it to you. Like you're going to walk away knowing exactly what to do when it comes to leads, your messaging, your marketing, your sales. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to bring the energy. I'm excited to pour into your room. I'm excited to find my Western disco outfit, which is now on my to-do list for today. It's like grocery shop, Western, and book my mammogram. So those are my 3 important things to do today. But I'm super excited to just pour into your audience and just serve just with my whole heart while I'm there.
I love it. And you should tag us as you're shopping and give us a little
Yes.
sneak peek of what you're finding. You don't have to show us the full outfit, but like
Oh,
give us a little
I'm
sneak peek.
totally down for this. Yeah. I was telling Stephanie before we hit record, I have a client and a good friend who's like a legit cowgirl. So I literally am going to message her with my podcast and be like, okay, outfit me, dress me. Where
Yes.
do I go? Because I don't have that in my repertoire right now.
In your wardrobe. Yes. Yes. Welcome to the Midwest, small
I
town.
love it. I love it.
So excited. Well, thank you so much. This was such a powerful conversation, Jillian. Where can we find you and continue to connect with you?
Yeah, find me at the Jillian Murphy on Instagram. I love to hang out, come over, say hello, slide into my DMs. I'm not going to hard pitch you. Don't worry. I want to be friends with you guys. And I have a podcast called The Jillian Murphy Show, which we drop 3 episodes a week at average on. There's over 400 episodes. Go over, check it out. Listen to Stephanie's episode over there as well.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Hey, sis, if this episode spoke to you, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our weekly conversations that drop every Monday. And would you share this with a fellow sister that needs to hear this message too? If you're craving sisterhood, soul, and strategy in action, I'd love for you to step inside our Sister Circle community, where we gather, grow, and build intentional businesses together in real life and real time. I promise, business is more fun in sisterhood. Until next time, keep leading with soul, honoring your season, and don't forget, I'm always cheering for you.